What's up, everybody? Today we are diving into the fall of the multiverse for Warner Brothers. The game will be shutting out at the end of Season 5, which is on May 30th. And we're also going to explore maybe the failures from Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and maybe the new Harry Potter Quidditch Champions could have played a part in this tragic story for MultiVersus. Now, first up, let's talk about the MultiVersus. The platform game inspired by Super Smash Bros., right? It launched in 2022 and actually saw a lot of success. Players of the unique character roster, which included iconic Warner Bros. Characters like Batman, Bugs Bunny, and Shaggy. However, things took a turn when it went into hiatus in 2023. A lot of people were getting mad. They spent a lot of money into the game, and it disappeared until it got relaunched in 2024. It struggled to recapture its audience. A lot of people were mad that the game got a little bit slower. The characters were a lot more expensive, not just like, the Iron Giant being a certain price and maybe Gizmo being a lower price. They were all pretty much the same, making it a harder grind to unlock these characters. And then even with adding all these new characters like Beetlejuice, Agent Smith, Lola right now, even Aquaman, the player count dwindled. We had games that when it first came out was 5 seconds to get into a game, and then it got to the point that was taking 5 to 10 minutes to get into a game. So it automatically decided to shut down the game after its 5th season. We are going to get Lola Bunny. We are going to be getting, obviously, Aquaman. We're going to now go into kind of a reason, because I kind of feel like the $100 million that they lost with Suicide Squad and with Quidditch Champions, which came out for free on PlayStation Plus when it first dived out, I think those games have been playing a factor. We're also going to be talking about some other games that should have been coming out, but Warner Bros. Has scrapped those as well. And of course, my feeling of the whole entire multiverse and what I feel like I'm going to be most down about, because I did play the game a lot when it first came out, and I feel like there's some players and some characters that now they're not going to be coming out, so I'm a little depressed about it. So let's get into it right now. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. It wasn't MultiVersus that started all the troubles, right? Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, developed by Rocksteady Studios, was highly anticipated due to the success of Batman Arkham series. However, the game faced criticism for its live service approach and lackluster story. Initial sales were disappointing, and despite several updates and patches, the game never managed to gain a strong player base. Rocksteady announced the end of support game in January 2025, and now it's being delisted from digital storefronts. The game was free on PlayStation Plus. I got it on PlayStation Plus. I paid, I think, $5 on Steam for the game to get the deluxe edition. So I get, obviously Deathstroke, Mrs. Freeze, because it wasn't Mr. Freeze. They changed a lot of the characters, which I feel like really hindered the game. Trying to do the whole entire exclusivity or inclusion of different, instead of the he, she, more of the they, which I'm not against it, but when you're changing iconic characters that everyone loves and has grown up with, it kind of takes away from the game, in my opinion. And I think I haven't played it, I haven't literally paid $5 for it, and I have it for PlayStation Plus. I've not touched the game yet. I had New playing it. He actually enjoyed it a little bit, but it takes away from a lot of what we expected from the game to be. So I thought it was going to be a total drag when it first came out, and I was correctly right, as they're shutting down the live services of the game. Where it's going to go from there and what's going to happen with, Rocksteady Games and Warner Brothers right now, I don't know. Who knows? And then we go to Harry Potter, Quidditch Champions. The game that should have been part of the Harry Potter RPG game did not come out. They came out with their own version of it. It faced numerous issues from the start. Players reported numerous bugs, poor gameplay mechanics, and lack of content. And then they've been trying to fix the issues. It's failed to attract new players. I don't want to jump into it because the way that Warner Bros. Is going, I don't want to invest into a game and then it's going to fall out. I think the game will be shutting down in the future. I think it should have been part of Hogwarts Legacy as a feature into the game. Hopefully Hogwarts Legacy 2, they add that feature into it, because I think that's for me a lot more where people are going to want to play for the game. And I think that Warner Bros. Has kind of failed on this. And with these two games failing, we should have gotten a Constantine game. That has failed and not going to come out. We should have gotten a Flash game. That is not going to come out no more. There is a Wonder Woman game that is in development that I heard is going to be coming out. And I wonder if that Wonder Woman game can compete against the Wolverine game that's coming out for Sony PlayStation. And then, of course, we also have Rocksteady is planning on making a new Batman standalone story game again, like Arkham Knight, Arkham, the Arkham games. So I think that might be where we need to go back into, kind of like reset everything so Warner Bros. Can start making a little bit of money, and I do feel like the combined failures from Suicide Squad and Harry Potter may have a ripple effect on MultiVersus. People didn't want to play it no more. It was becoming more of a money grab because obviously it's a free game, but you still have to either pay for the players, which is about $10 per character, or you need to, grind and grind and grind for 3,000, Illyrium or whatever they're called to unlock one character when they're all the same amount. I feel like that the game's going to go off service. Make all the characters available. Let us enjoy all the characters now and not, have to grind a whole entire season or the last 2 months that you're open or 3 months just to unlock all the characters and all that. I probably won't be unlocking all the characters. I'll probably just sit there and get whoever I can get and just be happy with it. I feel like the mounting pressure that they had from being out for a year, and the financial strain from everything going on from underperforming games was the reason why Warner Bros. Had to close this game. We've had many games that have done this. One game that I loved very much, which should have been a Dead by Daylight competitor, was no other than Video Horror Society, or VHS. When that game first came out, it had everyone from DVD loving the game, were able to fight back, were here ready to go for everything. And what happened with the game? They went to a hiatus, the alpha closed, and they just literally just sat there. And they came back, I think it was like 6, 7, 8 months later, and everyone was like, well, now what? Like, you lost your fan base, you lost all that hype, you lost everything that people want to do. We had load times that were just taking longer than 5 minutes, 10 minutes. People were complaining about Dead by Daylight with the dedicated servers and what was going on with there. And VHS lost their steam and they closed down. Home Sweet Home was another one. They were pretty popular, not the best graphics in the world. They had to shut down as well. They closed during the Chinese New Year because they're based in China. They were closed for those 2 weeks. And when they came back, there was a bunch of bugs, a bunch of things that happened, and people didn't go into the game. They shut down. Prop Hunt shut down as well. A lot of these games that people might have invested and might have want to play have stopped. Evil Dead came out and, they came out with a bunch of things and people just didn't resonate with it. MultiVersus could have done it. Super Smash Bros. Was done. They already had all their characters out. They weren't going to come out with new characters. It's not going to be until Switch 2. Now is the time for MultiVersus to come out with everyone they needed to. I was excited because we were going to get probably Fred Flintstone. I was going to be dying to get freaking Johnny Bravo in the game. The Animaniacs would have been a crazy character, just like the Powerpuff Girls were when they came out. Maybe having Neo as another character out there. Dexter's Laboratory with Dexter and Dee Dee. Maybe having like a 1-2 punch how you have with Tom and Jerry, but with them too. There were so many characters that they could have come out with Warner Brothers, and we're not going to get it anymore. It's literally over with. It's done with. It's sad to see, It's the downfall of MultiVersus and the failures of other Warner Bros. Games have brought it to its demise. Will Warner Bros. Be able to recover from this? We know that they're linked now with Discovery. Obviously, they have AEW. They're part of HBO Max, or Max if you want to call it. I don't know. It's going to be a tough lesson for them to learn of how, live service gaming works and keeping players engaged. A lot of games are coming out, and if you don't have that story, if you don't have that vibe, people are just going to stop playing it. And I think the main thing with me on that game that really got me was the slowness. It was a lot quicker, and then they dropped the speed, I think 20%, which just made it just unbearable for some moves on some characters. And I just didn't, resonate. I wanted to keep on playing it, but I just couldn't. And it's sad. So let me know if you play MultiVersus. I would like to know who is your favorite character for the game. Would you want MultiVersus to come back again? Would you want them to try to maybe, hey, we're going to bring it back. We messed up. Did you put money into it? Are you mad at this? Are you mad at developers now doing these microtransactions, and then you put all your blood, sweat, and money into it, and all of a sudden they just shut down, and there goes all your money that you hard spent for the game? Let me know in the comments below. As always, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button to get reminded for any other videos exactly like this one that's going to be popping up right now. And I shall see you, gamers, and hopefully a game that's not going to be shutting down like Monster Hunter Wilds or some other cool game that's going to be coming out very soon. Peace out. See you guys in the next one.